Okay, and then let me share the content. Okay, can you see the first slide here?
Can sir.
All right. Okay, let's go. Our recap session here. We start from our first week with this module one, part one. Okay, regarding of our engineering management, economy, and safety, the introductions here. So we start our semester, okay, with a knowledge about what is the engineering and technology management, okay, what is the difference compared to the project management, and how can we utilize above all the engineering technology, the projects, okay, together with the operation management. So you will have different three different uh, types of engineering management. Okay, three types. All right. So each of those will have different kind of application. All right. For example, engineering and technology management. Okay, most of the time will be used for research and development phase where you try to innovate. Okay, by utilizing the product life cycle. What I mean by this is how fast you as engineer or how fast you as a shareholder, try to capture the market. If you are slow, okay, producing your output, producing your product, okay, that can be sold to the market, then you will be lag behind by others. Okay, you lag behind because other people will do a lot of money first, and then you are trigger last. Okay, if you are trigger last, then you are not capable uh, do marketing, okay, to market your product widely, yeah, public consumer. Okay, we do not want those to be happen. That's why in our knowledge sharing previously, we learned that how can a television set 20 years ago, we have the CRT type like this, okay, cathode ray tube type like this, and then it was evolved to become a HD television like this. Okay, for the HD we have the high definition. Then after that we have the full HD. Okay, 142, 140. Then we have the 4K television like this. Okay, and now after 20 years we have the 8K television. Okay, people are buying the capability of 8K television compared to the 4K, compared to HD, compared to the CRT. And whoever is still, okay, using the CRT now in a decline phase, okay, full HD now is in the maturity phase. The 4K is grow to maturity, and for the 8K now is going between the interaction to the grow phase. All right. So you must make sure that you are standing here. Okay, in the introduction and growth phase. Okay, the market leader should be around introduction and growth. If you are standing at the maturity and decline phase, then you cannot make money as much as possible. Okay, so in the case of you, future engineer, take the advice of boss, take the advice of shareholder, or if you are capable to produce your own shop, produce your own factory, whatsoever after this, then you must make sure that you are standing in those introduction and growth phase. Okay. We also learn about the project management. Okay, this project management is that try to utilize from the market needs, what the people want, what the consumer want, to the design concept, what kind of product that people want, okay, what kind of design what people want to buy, and then you try to develop it, okay, by maximizing the life cycle. What I mean by those here is you try to squeeze your product life cycle as shortest as possible, like this. Okay. For example, instead of 2 years, now we want to make sure that the product life cycle development, maybe if you can do from 1 year to 1.5 years, like this. Okay, make it shorter. Okay, once you can having this development shorter, then you are the leader in those technology, the leader in those uh, marketing strategy. Okay, this was proved by also by the Sony. This was also implemented by the way, okay, in the mobile phone, in the television set, okay, in a car manufacturer. This was implemented by Volvo, okay, by Honda, by squeezing, okay, their product life cycle. Instead of 2 years or 3 years, each of 1.5 years, they produce new phone, they produce new television set, they produce new facelift, okay, new platform car, so that uh, their market is refreshed every 1.5 years. Okay, then people will be going there, okay, then try to buy the product instead of the label. Okay, and yeah, this is the last one. Because of the operation management. Okay, operation management means that once you work as an engineer, try to utilize as best as possible, okay, as maximum as possible for a man, machine, skill, and method. Okay, starting from uh, defining your product up until the closure of your production phase. Okay, so all of man, machine, material methods are very critical during this time because we also need, for example, the process, we need to control what is the average mean, the tolerance, okay, what is your limits of your tolerance, what is your lower control limits of your product, your pool of your dimension, okay, what kind of bull nut that you want to use, okay, what kind of standardized pipe you use, where sample your product, okay, you want to manufacture, either you want to assemble or you want to give it third party, third place, okay, or you want to just assemble the product. Right. So you need to make a decision in this time, okay, how you want to utilize program, man, machine, method. Those we call it as the operation management, right? So we also learn knowledge sharing, how can we differentiate the project and also the characteristics of non-project. For example, project is what we doing just one, but routine work is what we doing almost daily or every day. So if you can differentiate between two, okay, then it's okay for you for future engineer. Okay, and also try to understand what is the challenge as future engineer during your management day. Okay, instead of you try to utilize your management method, or you need to understand is 4M. Okay, is how you resources. Okay, the 4M in your project. Okay, what is meant by resources in this project? Uh, it means that if, okay, you have critical program, if you have a critical department, you need to make sure 4M there, okay, is given advantage compared to other program. Okay, if there is critical phase, okay, in those, for example, in your production line, you need to be scheduled back. Okay, you need to ask your production control. Okay, those are the critical item now. Those are the critical time now. For those the bottleneck process, then you need to make sure you can rearrange that. Okay, and again, there you also as future engineer, you are directly linked to the customer interface. What is your customers want? Okay, the tolerance, the product, kind of material, okay, and then what is the spare part whatsoever there. So you are the representative of your company, okay. Probability your manager, okay, will do the talking, but you must make sure as engineer, okay, you have all the specs, you have all the bill of materials, so that once your manager want to make a decision to the customer, you are get ready, okay, to give all the information, to give all the current situation, so that you must make a wise decision. You as engineer must give good advice, good suggestion to your boss. Okay, and also that you also need to provide a direction. Okay, course direction. What kind of direction that we're talking about? The mission, the vision, the company objective. Okay, for example, how many registration rate that you need to reach for this week? Okay, how many margin that we need to reach for this kind of uh, monthly production? What is the throughput for this week? For example, how many tons that you need to produce? How many tons that you need to process? Okay, in this week, so that you can achieve your objective. For example, 20,000 parts in this month for Honda carburetor, Honda injection, for example. Those we call it as the direction. Then you also need to make sure that you coordinate all the manufacturing activities, okay, so that you can integrate with the team easily. You also cannot work as a man who need to ensure that to give the responsibility each of your team. Okay, for example, for the judgment, for the power plant, and for the supervisor, for your operation, and then for your judgment, comment, your maintenance, okay, and so on, so on. So what happened here is you give responsibility for each of your department, then you can uh, back up or you can follow up, okay, together with them so that you can work efficiently. So, in the words, you can say that you must, as a leader, use the right people at the right time to address the right issues, make the right decision. Okay, all this come with an experience. Okay, what happened? Why we need to understand? Because of the product question, okay, the knowledge question that we have today, okay, and so we have a simple bottom line, for example, how we can optimize our planets, okay, profit, people, shareholder, whatever that, and we also have we call it as the corporate downsizing, more contract source compared to the permanent. Okay, uh, okay, let's go for the second, uh, second slide. Yes, sekejap ya. Hello. Ah, okey, alhamdulillah. Okey, okey, okey. Okey. Ah, oh, okey, 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 okey. Sekarang dekat mana sekarang? Yeah. Uh, sekejap. Kelas, sekejap, give me 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, I have a call need to attend first. Okay, wait a minute.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Azam, azam. Muhammad Zahidi.
No.
Okay, class, can we restart back? I'm sorry for the delay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, we share another one here. This is part 4. Where is the part 3? Yeah. Okay, can you see the slide now? Boleh nampak slide tak?
Boleh, boleh.
Alright, so I just continue. We also learn about this strategic management process. Okay, when we have, I call it as a study case like this. Okay, we have a mill, right? Starting from this continuous metal class. Okay, we have also the melting shop there. Then you have a processing, call it as a hot, okay, rolling mills, piling. Okay, you also have the full work, okay, full rolling mills. Then you have the processing line. Okay, before you can serve your product in the house. Okay, then you can make a distribution your logistic place to the market. Okay, for example, all this, okay, all this required and I call it as how can we control, okay, the processing? How can we control so that we can achieve our achievement? Okay, most of the time, all those control as the strategic management process. Okay, most of the time, uh, you have three different process. Okay, the first one, yeah, is controlled by your board of director, by your shareholder, whatever that will own the business. Okay, and then we have the second one, all those as the management base. Yeah, this is where uh, the manager are sitting. Okay, then we have third phase. Okay, all those as where as engineer can control all of your subordinates. Okay, so the board of director, shareholder, or the owner of the business will try to make sure that the business is success, okay, can achieve certain profit and have profit, okay, by make sure everyone in the organization in the business sharing the same review or same vision or same vision. Okay, so in order to achieve this mission and vision, what is kind of vision or mission that we're talking about here? The vision or missions here probably what is the profit? Okay, what is the margin that you want to achieve? How many rejection rate should be achieved? Okay, during this day. Okay, and how can you compete to your rival? What kind of strategic, okay, management that you want to enforce so that your business can stay competitive compared to others? Okay, so all this, okay, will be discussed by the board of director, shareholder, and also the owner of the business. Okay, so after that, your manager will try their best to set a goal or objective in order to achieve this vision and mission. Okay, so your manager, either from the research and development, to the process, to the manufacturing, to the quality assurance, to the research and development, to the quality control, okay, the purchasing, to the production planning control, okay. Each of those will try at their best, okay, to strategize their portfolio. Either use the financial portfolio method or non-financial portfolio method. So in order to achieve those, okay, the manager will require an engineer help them, okay, to make a good suggestion, to make a good recommendation so that they can take action. Okay, and what happened here? Okay, during this implementation, okay, during this implementation, you as an engineer probably will work together with your subordinate, okay, either at purchasing, either at operation, at maintenance, whatever there, and then from there try to supervise what happened, and then you can recommend to your boss so that your boss, okay, in this situation, your boss will become this manager there, okay, to have a better decision. All right. So we also discuss, all right, how these changes in the organization's mission, okay, is very very true. For example, what happened during the race between Apple versus the Samsung versus the Huawei, okay, and what happened, okay, for example, in the case of palm oil mill, IOI versus the Felda versus the Sime, okay, the case of automotive industry, Perodua versus the Honda versus the Proton, they try at their best, okay, to offer to public, okay, as their market, okay, the effective, okay, the effective program, the effective strategy, so that it can align with your firm, with your company mission. What is your company mission? Try to get profit, try to get certain amount of margin so that everybody can be happy. Okay. But okay, you as engineer, you also have what I call it as uncertainty. Okay. For example, what kind of uncertainty that we're talking about? Technology has changed. Okay. Technology is evolved. Okay. So you need to catch up this technology. Okay. For example, 20 years ago we have the CRT television, but nowadays, okay, nowadays there is no more CRT. People will go for the 4K or 8K televisions. Okay, 20 years ago, we are seldomly use airbags, seldomly use ABS, ABD, traction control in your car, but now those are become normal. Almost every new car will offer this kind of safety features in your car, okay, specification. So against 20 years ago, okay, there is Kodak, for example, there is Nikon, for example, there is Konica that can offer you a camera. But now, after 20 years, there's no more of them. Everybody will use handset as their own digital camera. So what happened here? You as engineer, you need to respond to changes. And then you must recommend, make a suggestion to your boss so that a good decision can be governed. Okay? That's a job as engineer. Tak boleh lari. Memang you kena buat juga nanti. Okay? We also have the missions. Okay? Another thing that you need to consider once you work as engineer, you must make sure that all of your implementation, okay, your strategic implementation should have a clear objective. Your objective should be specific. What is mean by specific? It can be measured. Okay, the indicator can be measured. For example, you want to produce 3,000 or 4,000 production monthly, for example, and then you also need to assign somebody to make sure that your objective can be achieved. Your objective should be realistic. Okay, I give you example. During my time when I practice as engineer, my manager is not that good during the strategic or strategy implementation. So he says that this month we try our best, okay, to reduce our projection rate from 10% to become only 5%. Okay, from 10% rejection rate to become only 5%. Okay, in 1 month. All right. Realistically, it cannot be achieved. All right. Realistically, it cannot be achieved. All right. However, if you say that we try to reduce our rejection rate, maybe 1%, okay, each month. Okay, so in 5 months, okay, you can have this kind of achievement. Yes, then the rejection rate can be planned. We can make a good schedule. We also can reactivate back what kind of process improvement that we can done in our processing line, in our R&D, in our quality assurance, and also our PPC or whatever that. So you must set your objective realistically. Okay, so if you setting non-realistic objective, you need to convince back your board of director. Okay, so your board of director will say that, wah, cerita banyak you. Okay, cakap besar tapi cuba buat tengok tak dapat. Okay, we try to prevent those to be happen. Okay, so I'm advising you as engineer, be realistic. Okay, how come you can be a realistic engineer? You must make sure, okay, the key point here, you must make sure that you benchmark, okay, to your rival. Okay, how you want to benchmark to your rival? You must make sure that you have a proper SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat analysis. Okay, so strength and weakness is your parameter inside. Okay, opportunity and threat is what is the external parameter outside of your control. So once you have this kind of information, this knowledge, you will know what you can control, what you cannot control, and then you can try to improve, okay, the strength and your weakness of your parameter. Okay, and again, for the objective there, it should be time related. All right. Okay, we also discussing about this strategic management process. What kind of activity that happen? Okay, how they set the mission, how they set the goal and objective. Okay, and then how they formulate the strategy so that they can achieve the goal. Okay, how they can achieve the objective, and then how people try to implement the formula. Okay, and then after that they will see, okay, either the plan is achievable or not. Okay, this is how the scenario is planned, okay, during this formulation of their strategy. Okay, and then this is how people or industrial player try to identify what kind of problem they will face during their strategy formulation. Okay, this is also the second one, how they try to identify the problem. Okay, and then the third one here, this is how they try to design, okay, their portfolio so that they can implement their strategy. Okay, what kind of classification that they want to produce the product, what kind of criteria they want, okay, the sourcing, the evaluating, and also managing. Okay, and then this is the benefits if you successfully formulate the strategy. Okay, what happened, the mistake. Okay, if you don't make any kind of plan or strategy to win the market, right? Hmm, boleh nampak sekarang slide? Saya buka slide baru sekarang.
Boleh,
Boleh
sir.
je.
Boleh.
Okay, so in the module 4, we also discussing how people use a financial portfolio in one of their strategic management process. Okay, there is two kind of strategic management process. Either you use a financial portfolio or you use the non-financial portfolio. Okay, up to you. Okay, most of the time people will try to use both. All right. So in this kind of financial portfolio, the faster way, okay, you will have a lot of tool, but the faster way to make a decision, you use three kind of financial portfolio: the payback, the ROI, and also the NPV, net present value. Okay, this was introduced long time ago, but we can use the example. For example, the Google, they buy Motorola and then they sell back the Motorola. Okay, you also have an introduction on how Facebook, okay, different platform, but they need to buy the WhatsApp, okay, another kind of platform in those internet. Okay, but after they doing the financial portfolio, we understand, oh, that's how, that's why. Okay, the reason, the main reason why all of this acquisition is happen. Okay, kita cuba nak faham kenapa dia orang nak beli benda tu semua. Tapi selepas kita buat kiraan ringkas, then we understand why they doing those. Okay, so there is three kind of financial portfolio in a very short method. Okay, the payback, ROI, and also the NPV. We also discussing. Okay, by using a few example. Okay, the example one here, you use the Proton. They try to develop their own model. Okay, and then by using the payback, you will see how fast, okay, you can get back your money. Okay, how fast, and then you are using the ROI calculation. You will see that how much is the margin, okay, for your investment. Okay, and I need you to understand, okay, anything more than 7 to 8% margin, okay, is a very good business. Okay, why? If you save your money in the bank, okay, in the current account, okay, the most that you can get back your money after 1 year is around 3.5, okay, to 4.5% yearly. Okay, so if you saving, okay, if you saving 1,000, okay, next year your money will become 1,045 ringgit. Okay, so if you have a business that can give you 33%, means that for each 1,000, okay, next year your money will become 1,333.8 ringgit. Okay, so we are very happy with this kind of dividend, with this kind of investment. Okay, this is 1,000 you're talking about. So if you invest 100,000, okay, it means next year your money will become 133,800 ringgit. Okay, easily you can have 33,000. So this I call it as the profit, the investment margin. Okay, more you get, the happier we are. So that's why, okay, that's why we try to make sure that you calculate first the payback and also the ROI, and last, okay, we can calculate your net present value. Okay, the best net present value, okay, is the positive one. But if you don't have the positive one, the least negative number you should choose them. Okay, this is what I call it as the third calculation, the net present value. Okay, so you must make sure that you put, okay, according in the years here. Okay, and then you need to deduct with your initial investment. Okay, then you will see how much is your NPV. Okay, if you have more than two option, okay, for example the sedan, the MPV, okay, and then the other like the SUV, the van, whatsoever there, and then you can calculate, and then you can compare whoever is the best positive or the least negative. You need to choose those as the first model you need to develop, the first model that you need to market, okay, to the public, to the customer. All right. We also have a few example there. This I call it as they try to produce a handset here. Okay. All right. Let's see after this another slide just to recap. And di modul 2 dia apa lah tak tersusun lah saya punya ni buka dekat Microsoft Teams ni. Lari-lari dia punya ni. Okay, alright. Boleh nampak slide sekarang?
Boleh, sir.
Okay, we also discussed previously, okay, the organization's culture and also its structure. Alright, we just discussed this so that once you work, okay, you are capable to understand, you are capable to position yourself, okay, in those organizations. I don't think this will become critical enough, okay, but you must make sure that you as engineer, you know how to communicate, okay, different gender, different age, okay, umur, and also different subordinate, okay. You need to talk with your boss different language, you need to talk with your peer different language, you need to talk with your subordinate different language, okay. So those are skill, you will see those once you work, okay. More experience you have, the better communication skill you will practice. Alright. Okay. And boleh nampak yang ni slide yang latest project.
Boleh, sir.
Okay, so we
Boleh,
also
sir.
already discussed about how we establish the project.
Boleh, sir.
During those time, okay, we also have what I call it as how can we define the ayo, dia pergi balik ke sini ya. Sorry. Dia terpergi balik sebelah sana. Not here. Dia bercampur-campur lah. Sekejap ya, saya cuba cari yang mana yang WBS. Kenapa dia bercampur ni? Ni dia. Minta maaf lah, dia bercampur. Okay, boleh nampak balik ya?
Boleh, sir.
Alright, so we also discussing about how can we manipulate or how we can estimate our project. Okay, our project should have a scope. Okay, our project should have the priorities. Our project should also have a WBS, work breakdown structure. Okay, this is very critical for you. Work breakdown structure or WBS here, you need to integrate with your organization. Okay, and you also need to code it, okay, to the information system. Okay, so the scope should be defined. Okay, should have what kind is how we can deliver, what kind of milestone, okay, the limits, and also the customer review in your scope. Okay, you also have a scope that you need a trade-off here. Means that tolak ansur. Okay, either you want to achieve the quality or you want to achieve the time frame or you are abide to the cost control. Okay, so once you work all these three here will hunt you. Okay, so you need to act fast. You also need to make a decision based on the trade-off. What is mean by trade-off? You tak boleh dapat semua. You kena korban juga mana yang perlu supaya you boleh maksimalkan mana yang you nak. Sama ada you nak cost, time, or do you want a performance parameter. Okay. I also give you examples, okay, by Apple, how they try their best to trade off their parameter so that they can produce every year, okay, almost every year, a new product from their Apple iPhone. Okay. After that, okay, how can we integrate the scope and priority? You must develop your WBS. Your WBS should have their own scope, okay, and also should have their own organizations and should have also the coding. Okay, we give you the examples here. You can read it back. Okay, no problem. Okay, this is how people use the work breakdown structure to set the outcome. Okay, they want to deliver the outcome. Okay, and then last but not least, okay, we also discussing about the activity on node. Okay, boleh nampak tak sekarang screen yang ni last ni?
Nampak
Boleh,
sir.
Yeah. So for your test, I also will give you one question, okay, from this kind of activity on notes, okay. So this kind of activity on notes, we try to make sure that we are capable to estimate, okay, what is our earliest start time, what is our earliest finish time, again also what is the latest, and also what is the start and finish time the latest. So accordingly, if you use this kind of activity, the linkage there, cuba tengok sini, ada tak? Cuba tengok. Kalau ada lah, cuba tengok belakang. Okay, if you use this link activity here, you also are capable to estimate, okay, what happened, okay, what happened to your delivery estimation. Okay, so at first you must make sure that you calculate it by going forward. Okay, and then after that, the second one, we are calculating going backward. Okay, and then after that, by doing this, you also capable to calculate what happened to your cumulative buffer time. Okay, cumulative buffer time is something that jeopardize your project completion. And the second one, we are also capable to calculate your free buffer time. Free buffer time means that if you are not capable to control those, they will impact you in the completion time of the next activity. So you can use this kind of activity or not from the slide. Okay, exercise yourself. Okay, you find how to calculate forward first and then the backward. Okay, and then you can calculate the cumulative buffer time, and then after that the buffer time, and last but not least you also can determine the critical path. Okay, critical path means that whatever zero here, okay, the cumulative buffer time and buffer time is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 here. These are the critical path. Okay, so the critical path will determine the minimum project durations. Okay, so that you can identify the activities. Okay, without delay. Okay, I think we recap all in almost 1 hour. Ada apa nak tanya tak, kakak dia? Anything to ask for now? Ada apa nak tanya? Your test will have 5 different question. Okay, 5. 5 soalan. Okay, tapi dalam dia mungkin ada anak-anak dia jugalah. Alright. Ada apa nak tanya?
Sir, yang activity note tu Sir dah masukkan dalam kalang.
Yang mana?
Activity note yang Sir baru tunjuk tadi.
Dalam WhatsApp saya dah letakkan video dia, tapi dalam kalam nanti saya check balik saya dah masukkan belum slide dia. Nanti saya check dulu
Okey, Sir, boleh.
Okay. Alright. Lagi?
Sir,
Ya.
contoh mid-sem lepas ada?
Nanti saya cuba semak balik file saya. Kalau ada nanti saya akan masukkan balik dekat kalam. Boleh macam tu?
Okay, thank you sir.
Okay. Okay, ada apa-apa lagi agak dia?
Okay, sir.
Okay, alright. So, kalau tak ada, kita jumpa minggu depan lah kot. Alright. Pukul 11. Pukul 11 tu test. Jadi, pukul 10.45, 10.50 tu, saya akan open you punya soalan dekat kalam lah. You akan boleh terus buat bacaan ringkas dulu. Lepas tu you boleh download dia punya soalan, boleh terus jawab lah. Okay, saya bagi masa 2.5 jam, lebih sikit sebenarnya, tak ada masalah tu. Okay, up to us lah to do the test during our class session. Alright, so good luck everyone. See you again next week, yeah. Alright, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay.